This is Kevon Binder with Dr. Flue, your chimney service. Name and address of this property are going to be left anonymous. You know who we're talking about here. Looking at the back side of the chimney, these pictures are taken because the clearance to combustibles is not met. This is an interior masonry chimney. We do need a 2-inch air clearance around the fireplace, unless otherwise authorized by the local authority having jurisdiction. These two flues, the two thimbles in the basement, are going to be unused per conversation with the mechanical contractor on site. This is the basement fireplace flue, or basement fireplace front view. Looking up inside of the basement fireplace, the damper when we arrived was not properly aligned. Obviously air can leak out of the basement. Also quite a bit of creosote noticed up in the first two flue tiles. This flue exits at a very steep angle. I would say at least 30 degrees. Creosote shown on the back wall. Also up inside of the flue. When we ran a video camera, you will notice in probably the next video, this mortar joint here, as well as in these two spots, we have missing mortar joints. That will be shown from an interior video inspection. Taking this picture showing the flooring underneath what would be the outer hearth of the fireplace that's upstairs. On the roof side, we can see that there's a lot of spalling that had started in the center of this chimney. That's where the faces are actually flaking off from water seeping in and then freezing. The concrete crown, I don't know how recently it was redone. It does look like it's been skim coated before. You can see the very small cracks starting all over the crown, as well as some larger ones that have already been caulked. The concrete crown is very important in a chimney because it stops that water from soaking into these brick. Its sole purpose is to protect this brickwork that's below it. The fix for these hairline cracks, obviously we have a lot of them starting. Most of them will originate because there's no bond break between the flue tile and actually the concrete. You can try to caulk these, but the best fix, if we're going to leave the concrete or the masonry intact, is a coating that can go over the entire top of this chimney called crown coat. We would tape off the chimney and then coat on about 1/8 of an inch thick over the entire concrete crown. The basement fireplace flue is on our right. These two will be unused, and the upstairs fireplace is shown on our left. Cap is very weak. Some screening has been wired to it. You can also see that the lid actually angles down. Quite a bit of rust starting on both of these two lids. Back showing some more cracking in this crown. Looking down the basement fireplace flue, you can see the severe offsets that we have to deal with. You will be getting a proposal for relining this flue. However, we have to take into consideration the size of this fireplace and also the limited size that we have to work with inside of the flue. The upstairs fireplace flue, relatively short, about 7 feet. We did video scan this as well. All of the mortar joints were found to be intact. However, we do have some frost damage to the uppermost flue tile. This picture was taken to show the height above the peak. We are now lower than the upstairs portion of the house, which will influence how well this fireplace performs. These pictures were taken for my records. We do need to talk about bringing in outside combustion air for these fireplaces. I will get into that briefly in the next video.